Imagine a journey of love turning into a nightmare of unimaginable horror. This is the tragic story of Sam Nordquist, the murder case of a 24-year-old transgender man from Minnesota whose quest for companionship led him into the clutches of pure evil. In September 2024, Sam Nordquist left his home in Minnesota, filled with hope and excitement. He was traveling to the Finger Lakes region of New York to meet Precious Arzuaga, a woman he had connected with online. What was intended to be a brief visit extended indefinitely as Sam decided to stay and build a life with Precious. However, as the months passed, communication between Sam and his family dwindled. By January 2025, his messages became sporadic and uncharacteristically despondent. Concerned, his family reported him missing on February 9, 2025. 3 days later, their worst fears were realized when Sam's lifeless body was discovered in a field in Yates County, New York. The investigation unveiled a series of atrocities that defy comprehension. Sam had been held captive at Patty's Lodge Motel in Hopewell, New York, where he was subjected to relentless physical, sexual, and psychological abuse. His body was then removed from the motel, wrapped in plastic bags and dumped on the side of the road in a field at a farm in nearby Yates County. Police discovered his body there on February 12. The torment included beatings with various objects, forced consumption of inedible substances, and prolonged deprivation of basic needs. Shockingly, 2 minors, aged 7 and 12, were coerced into participating in the abuse, adding another layer of horror to this already gruesome tale. In my 20-year law enforcement career, this is one of the most horrific crimes I have ever investigated, Captain Kelly Swift of the New York State Police said after the circumstances became public. 7 individuals were arrested and charged in connection with Sam's death. Precious Arzuaga, age 38, Jennifer Quijano, age 30, Patrick Goodwin Ave, 30, Kyle Sage, age 33, Emily Modica, age 19, Kimberly Sochia, age 29, and Thomas Eves, age 21. 4 of the defendants were charged with first-degree aggravated sexual abuse. 6 were charged with concealment of a human corpse. The filing of the indictment in Ontario County Court caught attorneys for some of the defendants off guard. 2 of them said they learned of the indictment from news outlets. Several said they were reviewing the new charges and expected their clients to be arraigned next week. But Neil Gunther, a lawyer for Ms. Quijano, said, "It is important to remember that an indictment is not a conviction. Ms. Quijano is presumed innocent, and it is important to let the legal process play out and to not rush to judgment." Below is the background of the 7 individuals connected to the case and how they've been charged. 1. Precious Arzuaga, age 38. Arzuaga resided at Patty's Lodge Motel in Hopewell, New York, where she lived with Sam Nordquist. She was reportedly in an online relationship with Nordquist, which led him to travel from Minnesota to New York in September 2024. Arzuaga has prior misdemeanor convictions, including trespass and larceny, and faced a 2016 charge of animal cruelty. Charges: first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, aggravated sexual abuse, endangering the welfare of a child, concealment of a human corpse, and coercion for allegedly forcing 2 children, aged 7 and 12, to participate in the abuse. 2. Jennifer Quijano, age 30. Quijano's specific background details are limited in public records. She is known to have been associated with the group residing at Patty's Lodge during the period of the alleged crimes. Charges: first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, aggravated sexual abuse, endangering the welfare of a child, and concealment of a human corpse. 3. Patrick Goodwin, age 30. Goodwin has a prior conviction from 2015 for child sexual abuse and was released from prison in 2023. He became part of the group at Patty's Lodge following his release. Charges: first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, aggravated sexual abuse, endangering the welfare of a child, and concealment of a human corpse. 4. Kyle Sage, age 33. Sage was convicted of grand larceny and distributing pornography to a minor, completing his prison sentence in May 2024. He subsequently joined the group at Patty's Lodge. Charges: first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, aggravated sexual abuse, endangering the welfare of a child, and concealment of a human corpse. 5. Emily Modica, age 19. Modica, the youngest among the accused, has no publicly known prior criminal record. Her association with the group and role in the alleged crimes are under investigation. Charges: first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, endangering the welfare of a child, and concealment of a human corpse. 6. Kimberly Sochia, age 29. Sochia was arrested on February 20th, 2025, in connection with the case. Specific details about her background and involvement are currently limited. Charges: first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, endangering the welfare of a child, and concealment of a human corpse. 7. Thomas Eves, age 21. Eves is identified as the son of Precious Arzuaga. He was arrested on February 20th, 2025. Details regarding his prior activities are not extensively documented. Charges: first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, endangering the welfare of a child, and concealment of a human corpse. These individuals are currently facing serious charges related to the alleged prolonged abuse and subsequent death of Sam Nordquist. The legal process is underway, with all suspects pleading not guilty to the charges. The court has scheduled further proceedings, and the community watches closely, yearning for justice. The case has ignited debates about the adequacy of legal protections for transgender individuals and the broader implications of hate crimes. His tragic death has reverberated throughout the nation, particularly within the LGBTQ+ community. Vigils and memorials have been held in his honor, with advocates calling for increased awareness and protections against violence targeting transgender individuals. The case underscores the urgent need for societal change and the eradication of prejudice and hatred. As of April 12, 2025, the legal proceedings concerning the tragic death of Sam Nordquist have advanced with several significant developments. On March 11, 2025, the 7 individuals accused of torturing and murdering Sam Nordquist were arraigned in Ontario County Court. Each defendant entered a plea of not guilty to the charges against them. The indictment reveals harrowing allegations, including prolonged physical and psychological abuse inflicted upon Nordquist over several weeks. Specific accusations involve sexual assault, physical restraint, and coercion of minors to participate in the abuse. The new charges announced on Wednesday added first-degree kidnapping, second-degree conspiracy, and endangering the welfare of a child counts to each of 7 defendants. Acknowledging that many people would question why the 7 defendants were not charged with a hate crime, Ms. Wolford argued the case was bigger than a hate crime. A hate crime would make this charge about Sam's gender and about Sam's race. And it's so much bigger, Ms. Wolford said. To limit this to a hate crime would be an injustice to Sam. In New York State, a hate crime charge can supplement a charge of first-degree murder. Ms. Wolford noted that a first-degree murder charge constituted a rare circumstance in New York State. Ms. Wolford said the possible penalties now included life in prison without parole. It specifically requires that we prove that all 7 defendants tortured Sam Nordquist and that they did so because they enjoyed it, Ms. Wolford said, adding that the offenses would have been eligible for the death penalty before it was abolished in 2004. The defendants are scheduled for an attorney conference in this April 2025 in Ontario County Court. This session aims to address legal representation matters and outline the forthcoming steps in the judicial process. The case has elicited strong reactions from advocacy groups and the broader community, emphasizing the need for justice and heightened protections against violence targeting transgender individuals. While the Ontario County District Attorney has indicated no current evidence classifying the incident as a hate crime, discussions continue regarding the motivations and broader implications of the crime. The legal proceedings remain ongoing, with the community closely monitoring developments as the pursuit of justice for Sam Nordquist continues. His story is a heartbreaking reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by marginalized communities. Now, if this case has moved you and you believe in the importance of truth and justice, like and subscribe to this channel. Also tell us in the comments section below what your stand is regarding this case. See you in the next video. Thank you.